Okay, so anyhow. Coffee. I picked this one up. Now earlier, up to this point, I was working on my body cam. Now I'm working on that little GoPro wannabe cam park, I think it is, or something like that. This is the one I keep hitting the microphone button on and color button and all that kind of crap. So anyway, they had this one. So I said, well, let me see. The box looks like it's pretty good. I'm talking to the kid that's there, and I'm telling him, he goes, well, that's it. I said, the only thing is, I mean, it's nice to have, but I don't like paying for something that I don't need. And in this case, it was the USBs. This has a couple of USB chargers on it. Now the thing is, the chargers that are on here are the better of the two as far as USB, because they're 3.1 amp charge. And for those of you who want to know about that stuff, the 5 volts is 5 volts. That's what most of this stuff is. But the more amps, the faster it charges. Makes sense. Now, what the heck is that little thing? I have no idea. I'll have to look at the book. So this has 6. Let me get the cord undone, then I'll talk to you about it here. Throw that next to the trash barrel. Alright. I think you can see this. This has 6, and there's plenty of room in between them. And they're going this way. Now, this makes up for it. However, I didn't need the lights. They are nice to have. I haven't plugged it in yet, so I don't know. You know, but there's a light on each side. And I really didn't need the 2 USBs. Again, they're there, they're nice to have, but again, I'm paying for something that I feel I really didn't need. So that's kind of where I'm at there. But for most part, it wasn't bad. And I think it was 30 bucks, which is a lot more than the other ones that cost you 14. But if you can only use 2 or 3 of the plugs on the strip, why are you spending even 14? You know, so I mean, if you're kind of forced into it, that's another story. And the other thing is, you can always buy those double up things where you plug one in, you know, and you get 2 out, or the little extensions so you can plug it in and then plug the transformer in on the end. But all you're doing is spending more money for adapters to make things work, when in the long run, all you got to do is buy what you need. Now, sometimes you may not be able to afford this. You can afford that, and you can afford to buy 1 or 2 of those adapter things, you know, every couple of weeks. So over time, you can do what you got to do, but you may not have the money all at once. Well, if you got to do what you got to do, that's all there is to it, you know. And I understand that. I've been there, believe me. You know? I actually, believe it or not, I lived in a Corvair for 3 months when I was younger. Yeah, I wanted out. I wanted to do what I wanted to do, and it wasn't that it was trying to do anything crazy. I mean, I think I did okay. But I just had that I wanted to be out. I wanted to do what I had to do. I wanted to see what it was like to live on my own and to do what I had to do and earn a living. And if it meant living a hard life for a while, you know, I know if I had to, I could have gone back home. So it wasn't too bad, but, you know. And that's actually how originally, they called me Buzz, but originally it was Buzzard. And why was it Buzzard? Well, there's two reasons, but the original was light. And there's also a switch for all the whatchamacallits, so you don't have to keep on plugging it. When I was going through this stage of going on my own, my parents lived in a little town called Beacon Falls, which was out of the area that I usually hung in, where my friends were, and that was one of the reasons, because it was just out there. You know, now I wouldn't mind live. Well, now I wouldn't because of my age, but you know, in my earlier years, and I mean like, you know, 30, 40, 50, I wouldn't mind living out there. But now, no, I want to live close, you know. But now my family, like I said, my mom and dad lived 30 miles away. So all my relatives, grandmother, grandfathers, aunts, uncles, cousins, whatever, were all within a 3-town area, which were all right here. You know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I could be in either one of them. So if I got hungry, I'd just pull into one of them homes, one of their houses, and say, "What do you got to eat?" And they feed me. Well, my grandfather says, "You're worse than a damn buzzard. You know, a vulture looking for food." You know, yeah. And that's how I got the nickname Buzzard. All right. So, oh, these lights are adjustable. Well, that's not bad. That's kind of neat. Yeah, not bad. I can actually hang that up. Actually, I like this. I just don't know where I'm going to hang it, because I didn't plan on it for that. Oh, there's a spot right there I can use. Alright, so that's that. So we're all set with that. Let me turn all this off. So I picked this up. Now again, I'm using that GoPro wannabe camera. I can't set this up just yet because I have to move everything that I got over here in order to do so. And that's that. Now, these little things, believe it or not, driving me nuts. Because you get this and you get one of these with it, which is screwed on right here. This is a quick disconnect airline for an airbrush. It's small, so you don't have to worry about. Let me see if I can find a brush. I got a line right here if I can get to it. Oh, got the cabinet in the way. But I'm sure you got. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, okay. See, so basically this can screw on to here, and then this would screw onto here. And if I want to take it off, you know, I would just push this up and the bottom piece would come off. Sounds good so far, right? Well, it is. Well, what happened was, he's on the floor for now. I'm laying on the couch. This was in here. And I'm laying down and I'm kind of just looking at them, trying to figure out what goes where and how and what end goes where. Let's see, I have 3 of them here. And I did have 3 of these. 1 of these for each one. And you notice I said did have. Well, that's because while I'm laying on the couch, I did this, not realizing it was going to pop out like that. And now I can't find it. I never expected for it to pop out like that. You know, I'm sitting there and poop, and away it went. So I says, okay. Now, I was all snuggled in on the couch at the time because I kind of snuggled into the couch. I got a couple big fluffy quilts. One is warm, one is just fluff. And, you know, with the bad bones in the back and everything else, when I snuggle into these big old quilts, it kind of relaxes me a little bit because it allows my bones to relax. And so now what happens? This is somewhere in all that, I think. and all that bedding.